Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. This is Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Courier, and I just want to welcome you here tonight. Monday, I think it is. It's been a really busy month, but excited to spend about an hour with you tonight. We're going to talk a little bit of YouTube, see how everything's going for you and your channel. Also, we're going to get to some channel reviews. So if you have some questions about your channel, stick around because we're going to take a look at some channels and try to offer some constructive criticism on how you can reach your goals here on YouTube. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. It's like I said, it's been an absolutely crazy month for those who are familiar with the channel and the event that I have been planning, which is video. Which was that promo that you just saw. We have been going crazy, doing everything we can to make sure that that is an awesome time for everybody who is in attendance and just trying to do everything else in this crazy thing called life. So it's good to be able to take an hour here and spend a little bit of time with you. We're going to jump real quick. I see Stuart Video. Good to see you out there. Let's see here. Travel Cam Guy, KRDP. I'm going to move this chat so I can actually do it without staring up. This is the challenge you get from putting monitors on top of each other. But we have Mr. Camera Junkie out there as well. Good to see you. I feel like we were just hanging out in another live stream. Hustle Tools, Land Shark Picker, Brandon Sparks. Great to see everybody here tonight. I've actually been away from YouTube a little bit. I've been getting videos in a little less often than I normally do. I've been seeing some weird stuff on YouTube, and I'd love to start off. Let me know in general how 2021 has been for your YouTube channel in comparison to previous years, or maybe you started in 2021. Let me know about that in the chat as well. Is it better or worse than previous years? Are you reaching your goals? If not, let me know what it is that you maybe need some more information on, and I'll do my best to share what I can about that particular topic. But Adventures of Roadhounds, how's it going? Great here. Traveling the Great Nation is awesome. Fantastic. That sounds like a fun way to do things. That's actually something that my wife and I hope to do at some point and get some more traveling in our RV. So hopefully we'll be able to do that as well. I see Bradley live streams out there. Good to see you as well. KRDP Fishing Outdoors. Laughing at what creative fundamentals. That's what you get for stacking monitors up on each other. Yeah. So my particular setup here, I've tried to find a bunch of different ways to do it, but because I'm in such a small space, everything's kind of compact, and I have 32-inch monitors in front of me, but they're on top of each other. So one of them is up there. So if I put something on that screen, then I, kink in my neck and all that stuff. So it's just a big hot mess. But otherwise, we'll get everything we need down here on the main screen, and it won't be so bad. I've also noticed, do you see this? Look at this wiggle. I have a standing desk that elevates, and for some reason, it seems to be a little more wiggly than it usually is. So maybe it's just me leaning on the table. It has been a long day, but we'll do our best not to wiggle that too much. Steve WB, good to see you. Hope everything is well with you. Steve WB is actually someone who is in my Influencer 100X class, which is the new revenue stream on Amazon for Amazon influencers and using Amazon influencer video, which is super lucrative and an amazing opportunity. But right now, Amazon is having some technical issues, and they're trying to get our reporting back so we can see how much money we're actually making, because right now it's showing us that we're making zero, and it's kind of a stressful situation for the entire Amazon influencer community. It's been 6 days now that they've been broken, and hopefully they're going to get all that fixed. Earth Central, good to see you as well. Evolutionary Tom. Let's see. Pravin. Hey, great for my channel. Good to hear. 2021 has been progressive year for my channel, says Edible Fitness. That's fantastic. I've gotten the most views I've ever gotten this year, says TEG. Good for you. That's excellent as well. Great for all of you to come join us tonight. Is this pre-recorded? If it was pre-recorded and I just said your name, I am really, really good. So no, it's not pre-recorded. It is absolutely live. And we are going to be live for about an hour. And like I said, we're going to try to squeeze in some channel reviews a little bit later. So if that is something that you're interested in, definitely hang around. and we will do our best to talk about that as well. So for a lot of you, depending on how long you've been a YouTube creator, I've been in it for about 4 years now. And at some point, you decide to quote unquote take it seriously. I know I did that back in 2017, went out on a limb, attended my first conference out in Los Angeles, and people were talking about things that just absolutely blew my mind. I had no idea what some of these things were, but I'm like, I got to have that. I got to know how that works. And over the past 4 years, I've worked on doing that and have been able to build a revenue around my content uh, on the side in the evening hours around my full-time career, to the point where we're getting close to replacing the income of the full-time career. So it can be done. I believe in passive income and setting up business systems to allow you to do that. So if you're maybe just taking your YouTube channel as a hobby, or you haven't really looked into how to start making money with your channel, it's definitely something that I strongly encourage that you do. It's not going to interfere with your creativity. In fact, learning how to make passive income around your content is actually going to allow you to be more creative. That's the topic that we're covering here on Creator Fundamentals as we move forward in things like Amazon influencer video and other ways to monetize your content. It frees you up to be able to be more creative and reach a greater audience and share what it is that you're passionate about with a lot of people. Because we obviously, if we want to share it with people, the more people we can share it with, the better. And we start to figure out how to do that as we learn how the business side works. So that is my goal, and everybody that I make content for is to give them that information, shorten that learning curve so they can learn the things that it may have took me a little longer to learn. And get you guys on the path to creating your own freedom and learning how to make income. And, Steve WB is a great example in terms of taking something like Amazon influencer and going from zero and turning that into a monthly income that continues to grow. So excited to be able to share that kind of stuff with everybody. And if you have any questions related to YouTube or your YouTube channel, just start your chat with a Q. So Q colon, and list your question there so they're easier to find. And I will be happy to do my best with the knowledge that I have to give you my opinion, or see if there's any way that I can help you. Let's see what's going on. Steve WB, I'm about to quit my job and live on savings for a year to build my channel full time. It's my dream, and I want to be able to say I tried. Absolutely. If that's definitely. I often wonder just how much I could accomplish if I didn't have a full-time career. So we've been able to do some good things. I think last year, just in YouTube stuff, we were able to make like 55,000 in addition to my full-time career. So this year is going to be, with Amazon video in the mix now, it's going to be considerably higher than that. And it just proves that, the great opportunity, taking the skills that you have learned as a YouTuber and putting those into other ways to generate income is just a great way to start to build the foundation of being able to do that, of, replacing your 9-to-5 job with something that you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing, and can certainly support you and your family for sure. Do YouTube do Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving week? What? YouTube do? Not exactly sure what that question is, so you might have to rephrase that so we can figure that one out. Any thoughts on the Amazon influencer issues? So I've reached out to, for those of you who don't know, Amazon influencer video is the hottest new revenue stream for YouTubers. If you're part of the Amazon influencer program, you absolutely need to get into influencer video. If you want to shorten that learning curve, I do have a course out there called Influencer 100X at influencer100x.com that can get you everything that you need to do to start making videos on Amazon. Right now, for the past week, Amazon has had a reporting issue. So all of the people who are making Amazon influencer videos are blind to how much money they're actually making. But like last month, I made $7,000 in that month with Amazon influencer videos. So as you can see, that's a pretty big deal. That's like $84,000 a year just with Amazon influencer videos. So has so much potential, but the entire community of both videos and live streamers on Amazon right now are a little bit frustrated because for the past 6 days, there has been something broken in the reporting. So we can't see how many people are clicking on our videos and how many things that we're selling. So we're kind of in the dark and waiting for them to fix their issues. But all signs point to it being just a bug. Several people have reached out to Amazon and asked. I've reached out to Amazon support twice. And in both cases, their claim is that it is a reporting issue only, which means that none of our actual sales or clicks have been affected. We just can't see them. So at the moment, for lack of any other knowledge, I have to take them at their word on that. And hopefully that is what the case is. And as soon as that clears up, I hope it clears up. I hope they're able to. But at this point, it's been 6 days. Even if they can't give us that 6 days of income back, I at least want them to fix it going forward so we can get back on track. When this broke, I was making $200 to $300 a day, and I'd like to get that back. So hopefully it's still there and we just can't see it. But until they give us those real numbers back, we really won't know. All right. So all right. So this is here. Let me do this the right way. What are your thoughts? So this is an interesting. What are your thoughts on using Tube Karma, Sprizzy, or other resources to help build your channel? If not, what do you suggest? So I personally think those are not good resources to use. I actually blocked Sprizzy from advertising on my channel because it is not a legitimate means of growing your channel. If your channel, it has nothing to do with promotion. YouTube is built to promote your content, people who appreciate your content. So if you focus your energy on getting better at doing that, that is going to serve you much better than trying to get a third-party service to fake traffic, which is ultimately what these people are doing. This traffic does not help you in any way. It doesn't help boost your channel. You may see numbers, but those numbers are not going to help your channel grow in any way. So what you want to do is focus on improving your content. But more importantly, even before you're worried about improving your content, understand who you're making content for. A lot of creators get in here and say, well, I want to make videos about this and this and this, so I'm just going to make videos. When you do that, especially if you have 3 different things that are, completely different topics, you're confusing your audience. You're not really making your content around what a particular person would be interested in watching. And it makes it really hard to grow that way. But understanding who that person is and what they're interested in, say you're going to do car repairs on classic cars, and you're going to find people out there who are looking specifically for that type of content. Now, if you bring all those people in for those classic car repairs, and then you put a brand in one of your videos, even though it's car related, it's probably not going to be received well because those people are subscribed to your channel for a particular type of content. It's a specific type of person who is looking for that content. So the more you understand that it's not YouTube's job to find people to watch those videos that you're making, it's more important for you to understand who you're making a video for, and then trying to make content that serves that person, that type of person, that audience. That's really going to help you grow, because ultimately I like to think of it kind of like a target where YouTube is going to show your content to this group of people. And if they respond positively, they're going to show it to this group of people. And if they respond positively, they're going to continue to do this. And sometimes they get it wrong and people don't. And then they look for a different group of people to share it with. And then as people respond in a positive way, they're going to head in that direction and try to get your content in front of as many people as possible. But again, YouTube is not serving you, the creator. YouTube is serving the viewer. So the viewer is what dictates, or what YouTube is trying to find the match for. So they understand a person, what this person likes, what type of videos that they watch, when they watch them, on what device they watch them. And they're constantly trying to put the right type of videos in front of those people. So it can be tricky, obviously, when you think of all the nuances to every individual and their interests. It's not an easy task to always make that perfect video for your audience, but the more that you practice that craft and the more you try to improve your content, and get to the point and make sure it's not all about what you wanted to do on a given day, but what is going to be meaningful or valuable to your audience, the better off you're going to be on that. So long-winded answer, but essentially start with the viewer and go from there. All right, let's see where we're at over here. Is YouTube getting better or worse for YouTubers? So I think that this is simply it's just getting different. It's always changing. YouTube is constantly changing. They're constantly trying to evolve the process of connecting viewers with videos. So there are going to be times, and for some, we just saw that there were channels out there that are doing really well this year, and I know channels that aren't doing really well this year. And it's just a matter of the way in which YouTube grades or identifies content for viewers has changed. So you just have to adapt to it. You're going to have times, you're going to have ups and downs where the algorithm is perhaps not favoring you the way it used to, or they're going about it, bringing your content to certain viewers in a different way. And you just have to keep adapting and try to find something that works. It's very much a marathon. You can't just find one thing and keep doing it over and over again. This is not TikTok where you can find some popular video and then just make the same video essentially 300 times and get TikTok famous. It's a lot more complex on YouTube, and you have to continually push to create engaging content that people want to watch and continue to watch. So, all right, here, I'm going to get rid of that. Hey, Brennan Sparks, good to see you. They told me the same thing, 14 clicks a day to barely nothing. Let's see. Okay, we covered the Sprizzy thing, not a fan. And LL Caroline, is good to see you, sir. Welcome to the live stream. All right, let me just check something here real quick on this really high screen up here. All right, so we are going to do a few channel reviews here. And we're going to, in a little while, we'll make a call for channel reviews, and I may not be able to get to all of them. So just when the call goes out, you're going to want to include the channel name. And I think YouTube has made it a little bit more difficult. So we used to be able to do channel reviews. LLN Caroline is, if you're going to be here, perhaps you can do a little moderating for me. And when we pick people to do a channel review, if you could pop out and try to find the URL to their channel and post it in the group, that will allow me to click on it. We used to be able to click on somebody and go directly to their channel, but YouTube did away with that a while ago and just kind of makes the whole process more difficult. Google did not make YouTube, but it owns YouTube. That's why searchable content works so well. Absolutely. It is the #2 search engine in the world, and you can definitely take advantage of that to help people find your content. When finding success, okay, let's see what we got here. In finding, where'd you go? Why do I not see? All right, so this is interesting. I can't put that on the screen because for whatever reason, I see it on YouTube, but I don't see it in my studio. Okay, so the question is, when finding success in one niche over the other, should you focus more on that and cut out the other things that aren't getting as much attention? So that's also one of the challenges of doing a bunch of different things on a channel. The more focused you are on a particular audience, the more opportunity you have to grow faster. If you are doing a variety of things on your channel and something, really clicks with people and you start to grow and you're comfortable doing a channel on that particular topic, then by all means create more content for that audience. And it may be to the point where the majority of your content is being created, all around that particular focus thing. And you can absolutely just, super focus your channel on that if there's enough content to be made. So if you're having success with that, you can definitely go that route. But you just have to consider what what your long-term prospects are of, spending the next 3, 4, 5 years making content on whatever that is. It can take a little while for, channel growth. So you want to make sure that you are going in on a particular topic that you'll enjoy covering. I have seen other creators who tapped into something that was trending at the time, which was a little off of what they normally cover, and it hit and went viral. And then they found themselves in a situation where they could make another video about that topic and it would do really well, or they could make a video about anything else that they've ever covered on their channel and it would fall flat. So then they got into a situation where it was either, pigeonhole yourself into this very specific content that was newsy and trendy, that was going to continue for some time, but it really wasn't what the person wanted to do. Ultimately, they did 2 or 3 videos. They brought in a bunch of people, but now they had a really big chunk of their audience that was only interested in that particular thing, which it was a TV show, a performance show. And so what happened was all of their other videos were basically falling flat because they brought in all that audience. That thing kind of went away and they were left with a disjointed channel where they wanted to make different content, but they had all these people looking for this content that was no longer relevant. So you want to be a little bit cautious about what you focus in on, but definitely focusing in on a topic can help you grow your channel faster. Now, that's not to say there are plenty of channels out there that are kind of all over the place that do really well, but there's some other factors involved in those channels that you have to be really good at to really make those as successful as possible. So focusing on a niche is a great way to learn, how YouTube works and how to make better videos. And then once you get rolling on that and you start to learn how YouTube works and what videos hit and what videos don't, then you can start to explore and maybe expand your reach and branch out into some other things. Let's see here. All right. Caroline says, please use hashtag channel review if interested in one when we begin. Creator crew in the house, construction cronies, good to see you. I was answering a question, Dan. Thank you. Pete Rondo, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. Got Sarah Dawn out there as well. Finally caught a live stream. Great to have you. Now to watch on 2x speed to catch up on what everybody's been talking about. That'll be interesting to see if you can get here. We're 23 minutes in, so in theory, you should be able to get caught up just as we get to the end of this. Should you remove 18 plus that are not family friendly? Yeah, I mean, that's really a question specific to your audience and what you're making content about. I would certainly not have that type of content on my channel, but there are certainly channels out there that do well in that space. It's really up to you and your content and what your goals are and who the audience is that you're trying to reach. Critter Fund, I have 2 tabs side by side. Awesome. Do you do super chats in order to review a channel? We are probably tonight. We are going to. Because we're probably not going to do a ton of them, you can certainly, if that's something that you want to do, we can certainly make sure that you get a channel review in that case. Otherwise, we're just going to grab them randomly. So you could get one without a super chat, but that's certainly up to you. We're only going to be doing this till 9 o'clock. I have a very early flight in the morning to head out to Los Angeles to attend a conference out there. So we don't want to go too long, but Sleeping Snorlax, I'm here to learn. Welcome to the live stream. Happy to have you. I just want to see if creator sees any potential. Earth Central back. Good to have you back on the live stream. Do you think YouTube is getting old and boring? No, absolutely not. But it is always evolving. And sometimes if you are not, if you don't keep up on it, you don't understand what works, it can certainly feel like you're disconnected there. That a dolphin helmet back there, as a Raiders fan, I'm going to say I'm sorry about this is a autographed by Broken Ribs himself, Tua. But yeah, my Dolphins. I thought my Dolphins were gonna find a way to win that game, or they got back in the game, which was surprising to me, but um, they couldn't quite pull it out. I didn't get to watch the end of the game. I just saw the final score, but I saw that they managed to push it into overtime. So I'll give them credit for that, because I can't even tell you who their quarterback is right now. So that's the state of the Dolphins. But if you have any questions, definitely start them with a Q in the chat. Let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions regarding YouTube. Also, I do want to mention, you may have seen it in the intro. Check this out real quick, and I'll be back in just a second to talk about it. All right, so People of Video, this guy right here. People of Video is the conference that I've been planning for the past 2 years. Last year, we had to go virtual because of COVID. This year, we are excited to be able to do it live and in person here in Albany, New York. We have Doc Rock in the chat. He will be flying all the way in from Hawaii to speak live and in person at People of Video. Plus, as you saw in that video, Roberto Blake, Brian G. Johnson, Owen Video are all going to be live on stage. Plus, it's going to be an intimate event, so it's much smaller, and you're going to be able to interact with the other attendees, but more importantly, have face-to-face conversations with all these amazing speakers. So I want you to attend. You can actually go to peopleofvideo.com and use promo code YouTube to save 45% off of your tickets. And we'd love to see you there. It's going to be an awesome event. Like I said, 2 years in the making. We're going to make sure everybody has a great time and just gets that knowledge and forms those relationships that can absolutely change the entire direction of your channel. I know when I first attended a conference back in 2017, as I mentioned earlier, I learned things that weren't even on my radar, and it really allowed me to see what was possible and just start to build the business that I have today around my channel. So excited for that. I hope you guys can come and join us. It's in Albany, New York, October 8th, 9th, and 10th. So hopefully I will see you there. That's peopleofvideo.com. Ella Carolinas has put it in the chat as well. So you can definitely click on that link and check it out. But it's the event that I'm hosting. My good friend Dale L. Roberts of Self-Publishing with Dale will be the MC of the event. So we're excited to have everybody join us, and it's going to be a good time. Gentlemen, I don't want to start a war problems, but I'm a Falcons fan. Yeah, I would imagine we have a good mix in here of different fandoms, but I can't talk anything being a Dolphins fan, because it's been painful ever since Dan Marino retired. There's no other way to there's no other way to slice that. It's just been a very unimpressive franchise for the last, I don't even know how many years, 20 years. It feels painful. All right. 11 days with People of Video. Absolutely. You just won major brownie points saying that you're a Dolphins fan. Construction Cronies. Where is that? Construction Cronies is a Dolphins fan? I don't think I knew that. Good to know. Yes, it would be great if the Dolphins could do it. Well, I mean, as you can see, the pain This is the pain because I'm also a Mets fan. So everything else on this shelf is Mets. And my Mets laid a big old egg. So it's been kind of a rough situation. So it's why I spend time on YouTube, so I don't have to endure the pain of my sports teams. But it is 8:30. We're going to start to check out some channel reviews. So if we could post that again about the channel reviews, we'll pick out some channels. I'll try to get these fired up in the background. We'll take a look and give some thoughts. And everybody in the chat is welcome to join in as well. Give your thoughts on what you see, and hopefully we can help all of you out in learning what you might be able to do to improve your channel, or maybe see things from a different perspective. I know a lot of times, even though it feels like you're doing everything right, the perspective of somebody else who is removed from the emotional side of the channel can help you see things in a new light for sure. So we're happy to help in that regard. So if you want a channel review, definitely put that in the chat, and we will do our best to get those for you. Dan Bro, Dolphins fan all my life since Dan Marino was at the helm. I spent a lot of winters in Florida as a kid. Yeah, that's fantastic. It was so brutal when Dan Marino hurt himself and then finally came back and then retired. And we've had like 400 quarterbacks since, and none of them were really worth a darn. All right. Will COVID end one day? I think it's one of those things that's just going to become less of an issue as we move forward. I know here in New York, we're probably 70 plus % vaccinated. So like I said, it's pretty much business as usual here. So there's a lot of places, restaurants and things, you don't have to mask up to go in to have a meal or anything like that. There are still like some places that have mask signs, but generally speaking, we're able to move around without masks and do all the things up here, and stay healthy. So all right. Okay. So we're going to, oh, that's weird. Let's see if I can do it like this. Bear with me just a moment. We'll get that up there. Okay. And, okay. See if I can pull this off. I always feel screen sharing. Share screen. And that one. You think you're like, I have a screen. If I have 2 screens, that'll really make things easier. And then you're like, oh, if I had 3 screens, maybe that would help. It just gets a little bit. Okay. So we're opening some channels here. Got to make sure that I turn off the auto plays. And let's see. If anybody wants to do channel reviews, we'll do 3 more channels. So get them up 2 more channels now, because I see we just got a third, 2 more channels. And then when we get through those, if we have some time, we can do more. But we'll do a total of 5 for now. And then we'll play it by ear after that. Okay, so see who makes the cut here. We got that one, and then this one. Okay. Put that over there. So we have 3 up. We got 2 more spots. What I'm really wanting to do, Doc, is to get like a 40-inch curved screen so I can do all the work on the same plane just with one massive screen. But those are like $1,000, and I'm not quite sure I want to spend $1,000 on a monitor, but we'll see. Vanguard, I hear VidSummit will require masks. Yeah, VidSummit's in Los Angeles County, so I don't know what's going on over there. But Aaron Jamison, good to see you. 80,000 K around. Yeah, we're closing in on 80,000. Slowed down a little bit this year because I've been focusing on a lot of other things. But we will hit 80, and then we'll once People of Video is out of the way. We'll ramp that back up and march on to 100,000 and check that off the bucket list. So All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay, let me grab the next one here. And I think I got this one I got, right? Which one is this? Yep, I got that one. So the next one is this one. And there's an autoplay. Stop. Okay. All right. I think we're doing good. Okay. So when we do the reviews, I'm only going to be I'll do the reviews on the channel. I won't play any of your videos because I don't know what's going to pop up, and I don't want any demonetization or anything on the channel or copyright strikes for music or anything like that. So let's see. Yeah, it's going to be, let's see, just hopped in. What's going on? Duke City Aquariums, welcome to the live stream. And I think that's number 5. So we can stop. Oh, wait, where'd it go? All right, there it is. You see, okay. All right, so I think that's good. I think that was the 5th one. I'm going to put this up here. Why is that not loading? Oh, wait, is there it doesn't actually have a thing in it, does it? All right, so we have our list. Now I'm going to see if I can pull this off here. All right, so when I'm doing this, I won't be able to see the chat. So we're just going to all right, so that's much better down here. Okay, so let's do, give me 2 seconds. We'll swap the screens. I'll put you up here and that. And then we will do a screen share, and then bookmarks. Get those off the screen. Perfect. And then here we go. And share this guy. Okay. So you guys should be able to see this right here. We have our channels. The first one up is Earth Central. Well, maybe I will be able to see the chat sort of, kind of. Okay. So I see Jim out there. Good to see you. John Chapman, Consult the Blind Guy. Great to see you guys in the chat. Okay. So first off, we have Earth Central. So the first thing I noticed is I don't see any, I don't see channel art. So there's no channel art on the channel. So that's certainly something that you could do to maybe provide a little information about what it is that you're doing. Check out your About section, Natural Disaster Channel, formerly known as Zugamugo, which covers natural disasters, etc. So something like natural disasters, you certainly have a great opportunity to use the real estate of your channel to put something up there image wise to capture people's attention. And let's see here. We do that. Is that bigger? That is bigger. Okay, good. And now I'm looking at some of these and I'm thinking those kind of look like, so one of the big debates is whether you should do full-length videos and shorts on the same channel. Here it kind of seems like you've gone to a mostly shorts format. Let's see. How we doing? What if I do? So I'm seeing kind of views all over the place. I do see back here we have, certain topics. Is that, why does that look like that? Okay. So this is a longer form content, but I think the rest of these are all shorts. And you're doing, wow, you're doing a ton of videos a day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. So yeah, you're really pumping out the content per day. Ideally, I would say when you're looking at both shorts and long form content, you got to figure out what your goals are and who your audience is, and try to determine what, which of those styles is going to support your audience the most. A lot of times people who may subscribe watching a short are not going to be the same people that want to watch your long form content and vice versa. So people sign up for a, long form content, and then they start seeing a bunch of shorts. There might be a disconnect there, and not really understand what's going on. Now, the other thing that I see here is I see coupon haul, I see walk vlog, and you really don't want to mix those kind of things into a channel that is focused on something very specific. So I would probably encourage you not to do videos like this and this on your channel unless this is somehow relating to the overall topic of your channel, in which case I would not call it walk vlog. You really want to stay as focused as possible on a topic and figure out who are the people that you're trying to serve, and then know if, the people who are interested in an earthquake, earthquake videos, are they going to care about a chick day at a farm and a walk vlog? So, and that's in terms of growth. If you simply just want to make videos about whatever you want to make videos about, then that's certainly something that you can do. Just know that that is potentially going to slow down the growth on the channel because, people are going to sign up and not kind of get what it is that they think they signed up for. So, and this, like, I'm not even sure what this almost looks like a 6-second. It almost looks like a menu or something. So I would try, and you can actually also, these videos can also show up in other places on YouTube. So you can actually put thumbnails on them. But you can also consider doing separate channels for both shorts and long form content. I've heard from people that like to use the short form content to push people to the longer form. If you're going to do something like that, you can certainly put that on separate channels and not mix the audiences, and then have a channel on shorts that says, hey, if you want to see the long form, head over to this link, and they can still get where they want to go. They can check out the long form content if they want, but you're not sending YouTube a bunch of traffic patterns from short and long form content all on the same channel. All right. If you have the community tab, definitely good to share. No severe weather. Looks like a lot of updates on here. I do think you can use if you've developed a community, you can certainly use the community tab to interact and have more general conversations. I think that generally speaking, having content here, related to the overall topic can be helpful. Because I have seen that the community tab stuff does kind of get shown in additional places on YouTube. So you might want to consider that as well. And I'm not sure if I played that audio, but we shall hope not. All right. So the next channel that we're going to take a look at is Magic Flying Potato. All right, so here, help videos, open world, survival, crafting, and adventure. So it's gameplay. I don't know. Let's see here. What do we got? Making help videos for survival style games, also showing some gameplay videos, as well as having info on free weekend or free to keep games that fall into the survival. Okay, let's see how your videos. Release information. I'm assuming Grounded is a game name. Coming content. Grounded. Blocking. All right, so are these... That interface almost look... I'm curious if these are these mobile games, or are these just straight up console or desktop? Because I think with gaming, you can be as specific as the type of console that you're doing, what's mobile, whether it's, PC or, how you're actually playing them, and really hone in on that particular audience. I mean, some content on games is going to be fairly universal across platforms, especially the multi-platform games that are pretty much the same across everything. But 0.4 beta. You also have an opportunity, like I see that you're starting with the name, but you can use, if you're able to use graphics that identify what the game is, you have some opportunity to make your titles a little more enticing. So try to create titles that are, some type of cliffhanger or evoke some type of emotion, so people are compelled to click your video. It's like they're not just there's beta release information, okay, but something like, can't believe what they put in, the point 4 release or whatever the name is for that. Things that get, pique people's curiosity, and gets them to click into your video. And then once you get them in there, then making content that can help them, continue to watch the video for longer. Let's see where the most of your stuff came from. So grounded, you're definitely, I see the grounded here. Now, if that is, see, in this case, this is good, where if that's like the logo for grounded, then you do a thumbnail where you include that in the thumbnail, and then that frees up your title to not have to say grounded anywhere. You can use all that real estate in the title to create something that's catching or enticing or cliffhanging, so people are going to click on that video to see what's going on. Because remember, your thumbnail and your title work together. They don't have to repeat information. People are always going to see those side by side. So the better that you can, have them team up and create that message and get people to click together rather than being repetitive, is certainly an opportunity to make as much use of that real estate as possible. But it definitely seems like grounded is a pretty popular topic for you. Now, I do see that some of these videos are older, so I'm not sure if grounded is as popular and you've moved on to other gaming because maybe grounded has fallen off. I'm not really familiar with that game, but figuring out the type of people that like that game and finding games related to it can also be another way to go. And then that can help you understand whether, and I see Conan up here, New Frontier. Looking at the stuff that is most popular, Xbox, Conan Exiles. So my other question would be, is everything Xbox? Because if all the stuff that you're covering is Xbox, then don't be afraid to include that in your branding and let people know in your about section that what you're doing. So you got PC specs here. So I'm thinking that you are doing PC gaming mostly. If that's the case, then jumping into a random Xbox video, I'm not quite sure about. The more you can focus in on that particular person, because there's people that are Xbox gamers or PlayStation 4 gamers, and they'll never have any interest in a PC game. And somebody who's a PC gamer who's not going to care about anything for the Xbox or the PS5 or whatever the case may be. So thinking about that, there's opportunities to really focus in on that core group, to really create some, dedicated followers who are interested in every video that you put out. So, all right. Generally speaking, I mean, these are, there's a lot of color. They're high contrast. That stuff is good. But again, like this one could use some improvement. This has way too much text on it. These are kind of nice, provided, the other text that you're putting on here is something that's going to catch the attention of somebody playing that game. All right. So next channel up, Brian's Random Thoughts. So let's see here. About this channel is here to let you know you may not be crazy, not medical advice, but generally speaking, I definitely am, and I'm okay with it. We'll talk about interesting. So always lead with what your channel is, what the viewer is going to get out of your channel. And this kind of talks about it, but it's a bit wordy. Occasional inspiration. Yeah. So the biggest thing you can do to have a successful channel is figure out what your channel's about and be able to write it in a single sentence. If you can't write it in a single sentence, then you haven't really fleshed out the idea enough to really get it focused in. And again, this is all about growth. If you just want to make a channel where you put out whatever you want and have fun making videos, more power to you. There's nothing wrong with that. But typically when we're talking about channel reviews and looking at channels, it's because somebody wants to grow faster, or they're not happy with the rate of growth. And these are the kind of things that we focus on and we talk about to help you get there. So I would say, the lack of contrast up here, the difference between this font up here and the font in your icon, or something to consider. Again, they're not going to make or break your channel, but having them a little more cohesive can certainly help. There's some opportunity in here. I would suggest, I'm not sure what you're making your thumbnails with, but take a look at something like Canva, canva.com. And I think they have I'm not sure if they have a certain level that is free, but you can go to try Canva Pro today. And check that out and sign up for their pro version that gives you some great tools to make much more compelling thumbnails. Generally speaking, though, you want high contrast so people can read this text. Don't put text on your thumbnail that's not really going to help people click on your videos. Like in this case, nobody really needs to see that date on your thumbnail. Plus, you already have the date down here, which you may or may not. I see what you're doing, that you're maybe doing it once a week. So you're differentiating those. But I think that instead of doing a date, you can kind of use this title to allude to what it is that your Monday motivation is about, rather than dating them. And you definitely don't need to put the date in the thumbnail as well. Again, high contrast, you can't really read this. It's also in the lower right-hand corner, which is where the timestamp always appears. So you're hiding most of the text anyway. So only use text if it serves a very specific purpose. And, some of these kind of look like you've just taken a screen print and then put text over those. If you're going to do that, then just use a blank screen print and rely on the title. Because again, your title is always going to be there with your thumbnail. So don't repeat your title on the thumbnail itself. It's going to be much more interesting if all this stuff is gone. And like, so this, you're immediately using some clip art or whatever about Monday motivation. So a more compelling thumbnail on this would be whatever that image right there is going to be much more compelling to somebody than just you in front of your green screen with that text over your face. So again, we're trying to entice people. We're trying to make people curious about the content that's in the channel or in the video. And the more that you can do that, the more likely they are to click, which is going to get you more views. And then the better job you do within your video of keeping people watching is going to help get more watch time and grow your channel as a whole. All right. So generally speaking, you got some opportunity there. Like, just to show you, like, this right here, which is just a screen print of maybe, it's 20 minutes long. So it might've been a live stream. Well, maybe it's an upload, but like, that's so much clearer than these. And I don't know if it's because you're in front of the green screen that really kind of flattens out your image, but it just jumps out more than even these with the words on them. So just something to consider, getting a little more creative with your uploads and trying to find something that is going to entice people. Again, be conscious of what the text is that you're putting. Don't put small text. Don't put text down here in the lower right-hand corner, and try to keep your text to a bare minimum. Less is definitely more when it comes to text on a thumbnail. And you just want to get the point across. All this stuff, that's too much. It's not high contrast, and it's not really helping you do anything. And you'll find that once you start to get the hang of making thumbnails that are a little more enticing to people, start to get more views on these videos. All right. We're getting close to 9. So let me jump in the rest of these real quick here. Jacob Segura, CGZ. I live stream Fortnite and some time vlogs. I try to live stream Monday through Thursday. Epic code. Okay. So we're doing gaming. All right. Live. So let's see. Cubes watch. Let's see what we got for content here. Tracking Queen Golden Flips countdown live in game. And again, thinking about your titles and creating those cliffhangers. So, just instead of saying just got announced for tomorrow at 4 a.m. I can't believe what was just announced for tomorrow at 4 a.m. So people want to actually click the video to get the answer. If you give away the answer in the title, then there's no point in somebody clicking on the video. So just something to consider. And I see that you're doing live streams. And again, we're not going to dive in and watch the, the content, but think about ways to differentiate your live stream. Like, this is 2 hours of gameplay, but what are you doing in your content that makes people want to keep watching? If it's just you playing the game, anybody can do that. If you're doing some creative things, doing some editing in there, I'm assuming because these are live that you're just simply streaming for 2 hours on the views or, your videos. So you're going to get it's going to be hard for you to break through in the Fortnite space, doing it that way, unless you have like a ridiculously creative personality that's just going to draw people in, which is really hard to do. But Cubes watch. Yeah. So like, I think you have an opportunity to make these, like, don't just say, hey, I'm doing a live stream on this topic. Pick out something from your live stream that was interesting that happened and use that in your thumbnail to draw people's attention in, not just, hey, I live stream for 2 hours, Fortnite for 2 hours and show the cubes. So something to consider. All right. Real quick, KRDP fishing outdoors. So I get the sense that we got fishing going on here. I see the water in the background. Definitely some opportunity right here. So it looks like we're trying to show unboxing here with these, but in something like this, lose all the text and show the unboxing in process. Like, even if you show so another thing, just real quick here. And we're going to do this for a second. I'm going to try not to play it. So this is a great opportunity. You are sitting next to a really bright light. Okay. And because all that light is flooding in from the right side of you, everything else is kind of bleached out and blurry, and you're not really lighting your face at all. The way that you would fix this is if you were over on this side of the room and you're facing the window and you put your camera in front of that window facing you, then all of that light is going to be shining on your face. It's going to light this particular video 1,000% better. And you're taking advantage of the light in the room. And in this case, the light is actually causing more problems than it's helping because of the position of it. It's bleaching out the video. It's making everything else look grainy. And as simply as rotating your position here and getting that camera in front of that window is going to make a world of difference in how your content actually looks. And yeah, so it's basically, you can definitely do that to help make that video look a lot better. And now that may be how your room is set up right now, but there is, if you can kind of redecorate and get that camera in front of that room, it's really going to do a lot to help you there. So, and again, I would grab a nice solid still image from the video and the actual unboxing instead of showing the pictures of unboxing. And in stuff like this, I also see that the thumbnails that you're making are not the proper aspect ratio. So your text is not showing up in the box like it's supposed to. So you can do, something like Canva is a great thing to make sure that you're doing. If you type in YouTube thumbnail on Canva, it'll give you the format, and then you can create your thumbnail within that. Again, here, all these thumbnails, the wording is it's off the screen. It's not high contrast, and you'd be better off not including that. If this wording is important, then somehow incorporate it into the title instead of trying to squish it all onto your thumbnail. So let's see here. We'll do that. And so I'm glad we were able to squeeze those in. Let me jump back in the chat because I couldn't really do both there. We see Rocket Scientist. How's it going? It's been a while. Good to see you. Brian's Random Thoughts out there as well. Ultimate Tech Hub. Paradox City Life. Good to see you as well. Appreciate everybody coming and hanging out tonight. It has been fun. I'm glad we were able to get some channel reviews in. If your channel didn't get reviewed, the type of stuff that we talk about is definitely going to help your channels as well. So if you didn't catch it all, you can watch the replay and learn from some of the stuff we talked about on the other channels, because it pretty much applies to all the channels out there on YouTube. But I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out tonight. Remember, go to peopleofvideo.com, use promo code YouTube to save 45% off tickets, and come hang out with us in Albany, New York on October 8th, 9th, and 10th. Thank you so much for LL Caroline is doing the moderation tonight. I appreciate it. Great to see everybody. Some old faces, some new faces, and hopefully I can see some of you live and in person in Albany. So have a good night. I got to pack. I got to get up at I don't even want to think about it. Way too early in the morning to head out to Los Angeles.